boys and girls. This week we have been studying this book, Stellaluna by Janelle Cannon, and I like this story. Today, what I want to do is I want to go over a few of the reading skills that are really prevalent in this book. Okay, so there's 3 reading skills that I'm going to talk with you about today, and we're going to do a little bit of work with. Okay, so the first skill that I want to talk about is problem and solution. So let me make this a little smaller. And if you look right here, a problem, for example, is Bobby is sick with a cold and he can't go to school. The solution is that Bobby's mom gives him some medicine and lets him rest at home. So what you'll notice is that each week I focus on a skill that helps you become a better reader. Now this week we've got a few, but some of them are review and some of them are just skills that you need more than 1 week to work on. All right, so I'm going to open the document camera, and a document camera is a camera that allows you to see what I see as I'm writing, okay? And we are going to work on this, okay? So let's see if I can make it closer. All right, so problem and solution. The problem in Stellaluna when the owl appears. So there's something that happens. I can put it down here now. When the owl appears, and what is the solution for Stellaluna? So first, I want to talk about Stellaluna's mom and what she's doing at the beginning of the book. So if I go to the beginning of the book, if you look at this page, here's the owl, and here is the problem that occurs. Okay, let's reread this page. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. So the Mother Bat smelled the fruit, and she was going to try to find it. Well, the owl spied her. The owl saw her, and she would be the owl's prey, so she had to get away. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck her again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper, and down she went, faster and faster, into the forest below. Okay, so the problem in Stellaluna appears, when the owl appears is, this is a flip flap, so I'm going to write my answer under here. The problem occurs when Stellaluna's mom drops her. A lot of times in the story, there will be a kind of an introduction of the characters, a problem, and then the rest of the book, they'll be searching for a solution. Now, when you get in larger books, there can be multiple solutions, okay? So the solution for Stellaluna to the problem of her mother dropping her is that Stellaluna lives with a family of, birds. Okay, so we identified the problem and then we identified the solution. Okay. All right, the second reading skill that is really seen in this book, or I guess maybe not really seen, but something that we can work on through this book is making connections. Okay, a lot of books have that you can make connections to the text. For example, Frankenstein, all of us relate to being cranky or angry at one time or another in our lives. Okay, So in this book, it says, write and draw about how Stellaluna feels at one point in the story. So the place that I chose was when Stellaluna is trying to get on the branch and she's very clumsy. And do you remember how she feels? She feels embarrassed. Okay, so Stellaluna feels embarrassed when she can't get on a branch. She feels embarrassed. All right, I'm not going to draw, but you could draw a picture of that. Draw and write about how you would feel if you were in this situation. So if I was in a situation where all my friends could do something and I couldn't do it, I think I too would feel embarrassed, and that's what I'm going to write. If I couldn't do what my friends could, I would also feel embarrassed. Okay. All right. So we found the problem and the solution in Stellaluna. Then we made a connection to the text. And then the last thing that I want to do is I want to talk about sequencing. All right. The first, next, then, the three main things of the story. All right. I'm going to actually just talk you through these, okay, instead of writing, because I think I've modeled enough writing in this video. All right. So first, Stellaluna is knocked out of her mother's arms or wings when an owl tries to get the mom. Next, Stellaluna is rescued by bats. And then in the end, there was kind of two things that I think are important. First of all, near the end, she finds her mom, and that's a very happy thing. But she also decides that even though she found her family, she's still going to be friends with the birds. Okay, so first she gets knocked out of her mother's arms. Next, she is rescued by the birds. I think I might have said bats before, but she's rescued by the birds. And then finally, she finds her mom, her family, and she also decides she's still going to be friends with the birds. Okay, so we talked about 3 skills that can help you to be a better reader. Now, I've said this before, but if you're ever reading a story and you realize, first of all, you don't know what's going on, or second of all, you're not making any connections to the text, do you remember what to do? You go back and you do some rereading, okay? And I have to do that still now because sometimes like you're reading and you kind of zone out, and that's normal, but you just need to know how to fix it if that happens to you. Okay.